Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ghadi Ali Shammakhi, and today I'll presenting the erythropoiesis. These are the objective for the presentation. First, to define the meaning of the word erythropoiesis. Then, erythropoietin stimulating factor and inhibitor. Then the hormonal control for erythropoiesis, then the process of the erythropoiesis and erythrocyte structure and function, and finally erythrocyte disorder. Let's take the erythropoiesis word and break it down to understand what it means. Erythro refer to red, specifically to red blood cell. It's just like when we said erythrocyte. Then poiesis mean the development or production of something. So the erythropoiesis mean the process of production and development of the red blood cell from erythropoietic stem cell. There are hormones that present inside the kidney stimulate the red bone marrow to produce red blood cell. This hormone called erythropoietin. Erythropoietin gets stimulated by several events such as hypoxia, red blood cell destruction, anemia, and prostaglandin. Inhibit of the erythropoietin by a lot of events such as blood transfusion and so on. So the process starts when there is a decrease in oxygen level in the circulation. This will be detected by the kidney. Then the kidney will secrete the hormone erythropoietin, as I said. Then the hormone erythropoietin will get into the bloodstream, then reach the bone marrow and get it stimulated to produce red blood cell. So this is the process of production and development of the red blood cell inside the red bone marrow. It start when the hematopoietic stem cell differentiate into a common myeloid progenitor into a megakaryocyte erythroid progenitor, then into a large cell called proerythroblast. As you can see in the picture, proerythroblast, large cell with a high nuclear, then into a erythroblast. Erythroblast is smaller than the proerythroblast. It has early and intermediate late erythroblast. Erythroblast is the stage where the hemoglobin synthesis. Then the erythroblast will lose its nucleus, and its cytoplasm will change from blue to pink. This will give the reticulocyte. The reticulocyte is the immature erythrocyte. It's a little bit look like the red blood cell, but it's not. It's both different in size and shape and so on. So the reticulocyte will keep some of the ribosome, and this mean they're still able to limiting protein synthesis, such as synthesizing some more of the cell hemoglobin. Then the reticulocyte will stay about 3 days in the marrow before they entering the systemic circulation, where they will take about 1 more day to fully mature, losing their remaining organelles and becoming erythrocyte. So the structure of the erythrocyte, erythrocyte is the maturation of the RBCs. It has no nucleus, and this clear that it need to fold and squeeze through the light spaces as it run inside the blood. Its lifespan at about 120 days. So the erythrocyte function, it carry the oxygen needed by tissue and organ, acid-base balance, contribute to viscosity of the blood, antigen of the red blood cell membrane, help to identification of the blood group, and finally the erythrocyte disorder. Erythrocyte disorder is many, but I wrote the most prevalence and most common disease in the world. Anemia is a condition that occurs because the hemoglobin concentration is lower than the normal. Sickle cell anemia is a type of hemolytic anemia that affect the red blood cell, and it's one of the most hereditary hemolytic disease that causes the breakdown of the red blood cell and a change in the shape of the red blood cell. Finally, the iron deficiency anemia. It is one of the most common type of the anemia. This type of anemia is caused by the lack of iron in the body, where the importance of iron lies to be in the production of the hemoglobin. So if there no hemoglobin, if there no iron, there will be no hemoglobin, and this will lead to several problems. As a result of lack hemoglobin, the red blood cell are similar than the normal. Thank you.